Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is a little bit different. It is the best places where I think you should visit if you're going to the coast of North Wales. We've just got back from a holiday there, and so I wanted to share the main tourist attractions, the places I'd recommend, some bakeries, some eateries where I think you should go, and where might be good for the whole family. So if you think this is useful, subscribe down below. I'll leave timestamps down below of each of the different places so you know what the attractions are in each place and you can find them really easily. Do share this with someone who you think might find it useful, and without further ado, let's just get straight on into this video. Llandudno. Llandudno is a timeless holiday destination on the north coast of Wales. It's home to the natural landmark of the Great Orme and has a large variety of shops, eateries, as well as a stunning promenade and pier. Today, Llandudno is the largest seaside resort in Wales. Llandudno is a great place to visit and has attractions for all of the family. From the beaches of the North Shore to the toboggan on the Great Orme, or just a leisurely walk down the pier. There really is something for everyone. Llandudno Pier was built in 1878 and is the longest pier in Wales at about 700 metres. It is home to a bar, cafe, amusement arcades, children's fairground rides, as well as a variety of shops and food kiosks. In summer months, a Punch and Judy show can be found near the entrance on the promenade, near to the entrance of the pier. Happy Valley is a former quarry that was once used as an open-air theatre and had many golf courses. However, they were closed in 1987 to create a 280 metre long artificial ski slope and a 750 metre long toboggan run. This is a great attraction for all of the adventurers of the family. It's not too expensive and it is a great thing to do as a family. Marine Drive. The road starts at the foot of Happy Valley towards Tudno's Church, the Great Orme Lighthouse, and then following the road round to the Rest and Be Thankful Cafe. This ring road is a one-way route around the limestone headland. Moston Street runs parallel to the promenade and is home to high street shops, banks, amusement arcades, churches and the public library. The Victorian Extravaganza. Every year over the May Bank holiday weekend, the Moston Street becomes a 3-day Victorian carnival. Llandudno really is a place that can attract everyone, and there is something for the whole family there, so why not go check it out? Following round on the coast is Conwy. Conwy was founded in 1283 by the English King Edward I. It is a walled market town. The walls of Conwy are part of World Heritage Site, castles and town walls of King Edward. The Abbey. Conwy was on the original site of Abersoch Abbey. Edward and his troops took over the Abbey site and moved the monks up the Conwy Valley to a new site at Meinin. The parish still retains some of the parts of the original Abbey church in the east and the west walls. The Suspension Bridge. Designed by Thomas Telford to replace the ferry, which was completed in 1826 and spans the River Conwy next to the castle. Telford designed the bridge's supporting towers to match the castle's turrets. The bridge is now open to pedestrians only and is in the care of the National Trust. Aberconwy House. It is owned by the National Trust and is Conway's only surviving 14th century merchant's house, one of the first buildings built inside the walls of Conwy. Plasmar. This is an Elizabethan house built in 1576 by the Wynne family, which has since been refurbished to its 16th century appearance and is open to the public. Conwy is also home to the smallest house in Great Britain. It has the dimensions of 3.05 metres by 1.8 metres and can be found on the quay. It was in continuous occupation from the 16th century until 1900, when the owner was forced to move out on the grounds of hygiene. The rooms were too small for him to stand up fully. The house is still owned by his descendants today, and visitors can look round for a small charge. Within the walls of Conwy lie many eateries, with the Pop de Conwy bakery being a notable favourite from us and the local people. We really enjoyed Conwy when we went. It's a walled city, and within the walls there are so many nice places to eat. As I said, we love the bakery. Opposite there's a really good fish and chip shop. The chips are beautiful. Next door there's a sweet shop. Up the hill there's an ice cream shop that Mum that my dad and my sister got something from. Conwy is a really nice place to just stroll around. There's stuff to see. You don't even have to pay to go into any of these places because you can see it on the outside. You can walk around the walls, although at the moment it is just a one-way, so it is quite confusing to find out where you need to go, but there are instructions, so I'd highly recommend Conwy. Caernarfon. Caernarfon is a royal town that lies along the Menai Strait, opposite the Isle of Anglesey. Caernarfon's historical prominence and landmarks have made it a major tourist centre. As a result, many local businesses cater for the tourist trade. It has numerous guest houses, inns, pubs, hotels, restaurants and shops. Caernarfon Castle. The present castle building was constructed between 1283 and 1330 by the order of King Edward I. The banded stonework and polygonal towers were thought to have been imitations of the walls of Constantinople. The impressive curtain wall with 9 towers and 2 gatehouses survives largely intact. The castle is open to the public and includes the Regimental Museum of the Royal Welsh Fusiliers. The town walls. The medieval town walls form a complete circuit of about 730 metres around the old town and were built from 1283 to 1285. Only a small section of the walls are open to the public. In 1986, the walls and castle were declared part of a World Heritage Site. According to UNESCO, the castle and walls, together with other royal castles in Gwynedd, are the finest examples of late 13th century and early 14th century military architecture in Europe. In spring 2012, a new rail station opened in Caernarfon, providing links to Portmeirion. This steam train takes various routes through impressive landscapes and would be perfect for a day of relaxing, exploring and just watching the world go by. We stayed in Caernarfon when we went and stayed in North Wales, and it was a really nice little town. Granted, there wasn't much to do in the evenings. There was a harbour, there was a marina, there was loads of like nice little restaurants, could walk around the castle walls. But yeah, it's a really good base, especially if you're going to explore more places in North Wales. Portmeirion. Portmeirion is a tourist village designed by Sir Clough Williams-Ellis between 1925 and 1975 in the style of an Italian village. The architect claims that the design was based on the Italian fishing village of Portofino on the Italian Riviera, stating that he wanted to pay tribute to the atmosphere of the Mediterranean. Portmeirion is one of the sites that I feel that you just have to see when you go over to North Wales. It's a really interesting place and it looks very different because there's so much colour in comparison to the rest of the architecture of North Wales, which all kind of similarly looks fairly similar. Whereas Portmeirion is bright and colourful and it has this Italian architecture, or it imitates the Italian architecture of Portofino. I'd recommend you give that a visit. You do have to pay to get in. I think it's £11 per person. It's probably cheaper for students. We did go and it rained, but it was still pretty in the rain and we got loads of Instagram pictures. It's a great place if you're going for an Instagram photo mission because there are so many different places and picture opportunities and things like that. I'd recommend it. I don't quite think it's worth £11 though, but there are restaurants and cafes and there's a hotel there as well. But yeah, I'd say it's one that you probably could visit. It's up to you. And then Abersoch. Abersoch is a popular coastal seaside resort along the east-facing coast of the Llyn Peninsula. Originally a fishing port, Abersoch is now a tourist centre, specialising in dinghy sailing and other water sports, such as windsurfing and jet skiing. Central Abersoch has a variety of small shops, as well as bars, restaurants, cafes and hotels. Boat trips to St Tudwald's Islands, one of which is owned by Bear Grylls, the famous survival instructor, are also available from the village. There's also an 18-hole golf course, and in 2017 it was named one of the best places to live in Wales. I think that says a lot about Abersoch. I actually didn't go, my mum and dad did, but they absolutely loved it. It's a massive long beach, coastal seaside town and one of the best places to live in North Wales. So it's perfect if you just want to go and lie on a hot sunny beach. Obviously it's Wales, so the weather does play a part in that. Or if you've got the adventurous one of the family that wants to go and do all the water sports, it's the perfect place for both of you. So I really hope this video was useful. Subscribe down below as I'll be as I will be doing one of these for Anglesey and Snowdonia and the Wirral, Liverpool and the Isle of Man at some point in the future. So subscribe down below so that you don't miss them, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.